In today's video, I'm going to show you how to master a rock or indie rock song by the band So Impartial called Try Not to Complain using only Ozone 12. Before we do get started, if you need your songs mixed or mastered, make sure to hit me up at mixandmastermysong.com. Let's get into it. All right, so first what I want to do is run the master assist and see what it does to the song and see if it's something that we might find useful, if there's any pieces of it we can use for our full master. So let me play the song for a few minutes so you guys can hear it, and then I'm going to run the master assist. All right, so you can hear it's a great tune. Let's run the master assist during the part when it switches to the higher octave. That seems to be the loudest section of the song, and see what it does. All right, cool. So what it did is it called it a rock song. That's fine. And let's go through the modules and see what it did. It gave us a little bit of dip in the EQ here, little high end there, some impact, which is pretty normal for the master assist. Turned down my imaging, which I'm not surprised because I mixed the song and I like it wide. Clarity 25. They always do clarity 25 and always do stabilizer 25. So that's pretty normal. And this is pretty normal for the dynamic EQ. So the basic master assist stuff, let's gain match and bypass and just hear what it's doing. So not incredibly happy with that. It kind of just killed the vibe, man. It lost the snare and everything, but we're going to get rid of this imager. Let's keep the impact for now. Let's keep the EQ, but we're going to turn it off. Okay. Let's turn off the clarity. Let's leave the stabilizer and let's turn off the dynamic EQ and just hear what that sounds like. Just that. All right, cool. So that's better. And what we're hearing now is what the limiter is doing. So what I would do as a master, let's turn this down a bit because we'll probably end up using 2 limiters in order to get the sound we want. And I'm going to switch this to modern because I like the way it sounds. Let's see what that gives us now. All right, now we're getting closer back to where the pre-master is, but we've got some limiting, and watch if I hit this gain match off, it's going to be quite a bit louder already. So that's working in our favor. Now, the stabilizer, I like to use the stabilizer as a reductive tool instead of a shaping tool. And why I like that is because it will get rid of some of the resonances that you might have to go through and find in EQ, but works really well like this. So I'll usually leave this on and switch to cut mode. And so now this is going to cut out some of the lower mids that's getting in the way at times and some of the little harshness in the high end that's happening. So I do like that. Dynamic EQ, I think we can just kill that. Now let's go to clarity. I love this clarity plugin, but I don't love it this much. So let's bring it down to 0 and then hear what we can get out of it. And let me get out of Delta mode here. right, so it's nice. It's adding a little bit of movement to the top end, which I'm happy about, but just not that much. And so right now, this is feeling pretty good. We are almost to the point where I would say I could get to addressing some of the EQ stuff I'm hearing, but we're not quite there yet. I think this impact is maybe getting in the way. I want to see what this is doing in delta mode really quick. And that's one of the main culprits of our snare getting taken out of town. So let's bring the impact back, because I do like some of what it's doing. Let's see what that sounds like now. Okay, so we don't like impact for this song. It's just not working. It's taking our snare away too much. All right, so now we got a bit of the clarity, which it gave us. We're using the stabilizer, except in cut mode. The maximizer, we switched to the modern mode, dialed it back so we're not limiting quite as much. Let's try turning the limiter up a little bit more and see if we lose that snare again. All right, cool. So switching to IRC5 mode, which is the new kind of multi-band limiter mode, gave us a bit of that snare back, but we were able to get louder, and we should be getting a little bit closer. Now, let's move on to this EQ. I don't like that, and I probably don't like this, but there are some things I'm hearing, and so I'm just going to do a little sweeping and see where we get. All right, cool. So that's adding a little more of that little sizzle and openness that I wanted to get from that. Now let's try this bass control and see if we can get a little thickness back that the limiter might end up taking in the end. All right, so with the bass control, we added a little bit more of the low end, and I think that might be a good move. We're gonna hit bypass and see what that did. All right, so I do like what it did. It added a little more thickness, which I felt like the master could use. Lastly, let's go back to the EQ. I want to see if we can get somewhere in the 2K, if that would make it pop a little more or just be too harsh. We'll see. Okay, so I made a few moves there. So I liked the high end we were getting from this 2K area, but those cymbals were annoying me. So this is what we're trying to do here is we're going to go to the stem EQ, bring down a little bit of that high end from those cymbals and see what it actually sounds like now. All right, that feels pretty good. So by bringing down the stem EQ, the little bit of the highs on this drums, this EQ doesn't bother me as much, and we've opened it up a bit too. Also, this bass control's added a nice little thickness to it that we didn't quite have in the original mix. Now, you know, mastering is not always about just making it louder. It's also shaping the mix. And I think we've done that by giving it a little more low end there and opening up the top a bit with a higher end EQ. And this clarity and stabilizer help cleaning it up as well. Now, the question is, with this maximizer, where are we in loudness terms? Because we do want to be competitive on this, and rock is pretty loud. So let's pull up our reader here, and let me make it smaller because it is way too big right now. Switch to my settings. Let's see where we are with loudness. So, you know, if you're on your headphones at home, maybe take them off or turn them down because it's going to be louder because we're turning the gain matching off. Don't think of reason as your only weapon. It just gets cut in stone. All right, so we're pretty good. That's about -8.4. Honestly, I wouldn't mind it a little louder, but what we would do here is get another ozone, because this is the one thing I wish they would have switched was ability to add 2 maximizers. Come on, guys. We're going to do another one, and let's see, what mode are we in here? We're in IRC5. Let's just do transient mode on this one, just to get a little more. Don't think of reason as your only weapon. It just gets cut in stone. Believe me. Yeah, loudness wise, I'm happy with that. That sounds really good. I'm gonna go one more time to this stem EQ and just turn this down a little more. Don't think of reason as your only weapon. It just gets cut in stone. All right, that feels pretty good. So before and after, obviously loudness is crazy difference, but don't think of reason as your only weapon. It just gets cut in stone. So I think that's a pretty good job for the mastering for this song. We were able to bring a little thickness, a little openness, and get it louder. But as you notice what we did in the beginning, we were really making sure that the maximizer wasn't taken away from our transients. And that's something important to do. And something I like to do is get the maximizer going first. So whatever you're working into it, the smaller moves of EQ and stuff aren't going to be so effective, so negatively affected by when the maximizer comes on. We want to make sure our transients are staying somewhere in the same ballpark with and without the maximizer. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. And if you need your song mixed and mastered, hit me up at mixandmastermysong.com. Talk to you guys soon.